Alright then. Let us get started. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Iceni Broadcasting System. Tonight, bringing to you Mass Effect: Kadaras Children. Hello, folks. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry for the slightly delayed start today. There was a bit of administrative stuff which needed to be sorted out before we got going. But now it has all been sorted and we can get started. Let me introduce you to my players. I am joined tonight by Diablo Awesome.
Hello, I'm Diablo Awesome, and I'm playing Basrek, a Batarian soldier.
Next up, we have Discordia.
Hello, I'm Discordia, and this evening I shall be playing Plea, the Asari engineer.
Then, of course, we have Journey.
Greetings, I'm Journey, and tonight, as always, I will be playing Ephron. Well, technically not always, but still, Ephron the Angara Vanguard.
Next up, we have Tiabu.
Hello, people. I'm Tiabu. I think I'm gonna play Escork, the Bodos adept.
I love the way you said "I think." That's wonderful. Next up, we have Viz Kanoya.
Hello, I am Viz Kanoya, and I will be playing Ferris, the Asari infiltrator soldier.
And finally, of course, we have Wolf Venom.
Wolf Venom said, "Hello, I am Wolf Venom, and I shall play some unimportant Tyrian called Vess."
Okay. We are now 32 sessions into this game, so it's been going for a little bit. And our intrepid players last week had started I suppose you could call it an infiltration mission, if you wanted to, where they are being ferried to a bank in order to collect a prize they won in a casino mission, in order to scout the place out for a abduction of one of its crew. And who is your employer for this abduction?
Is it not the person being decapitated?
It is indeed, and you've gotten rather to the point of it, because owing to the unfortunate circumstances this guy is in, he wants them to chop off his head, cryogenically freeze it, and steal it, while leaving a cloned copy of his head behind that can make it look like he was just decapitated in a raid on the bank. Convoluted plans! So for now, they're going to be scouting the place out, and they are currently travelling aboard the Charon, which is taking them to their final destination. And we left off last week with a number of them taking advantage of the ship's pool. Unfortunately, there was probably too many of them there.
Yeah, 3 of us are in the pool, and 2 people are sitting by the side. It's not a big room.
By the way, from your perspective, Gorg, you are currently sitting in a room where there is a bath of acid in front of you. Because if you got in the water, you would not only explode, you would melt and explode.
I would explode if I took my suit off in the air, so it doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah, it's still pretty unpleasant.
Yeah, like the air is acid and the water is acid. So what's the difference?
It's not that the air is acid, the air is just too thin.
The difference lies in the water can screw up your suit, and it's really easy to get splashed on near a pool.
You know, if Faris is there, if Faris was there and was saying that, I would expect it to be while she is just cupping a handful of water, just slowly raising it up.
No, sorry. She's in seclusion, producing acid from her face from Gork's perspective.
Wolf Venom said, "Could we see the map?"
Oh, you should be able to see the map.
Nope. I see the home screen.
I mean,
Oh, sorry.
Who
I
never-
forgot to move you over. My apologies. There you go.
I see a black hole.
who never went around a pool of acid before?
I mean, you are from Kadaras, so yeah.
I mean,
Aye.
it's very easy body disposal, those acid pits.
Yeah. I mean, that is one of the uses that they are put to quite frequently.
That wasn't in the tourist brochure.
Well, no, they don't tell the
No.
tourists where they go, where people sometimes end up.
Why would you want to tourist our mortuaries? That's weird.
So, Gorg and Basrak, or Vesius, is there anything you want to say, Vesius? Wolf, are you there?
He's typing.
Ah, right, sorry. I'd forgotten to put Discord up for a minute there.
Well, he hasn't said anything yet, so.
Wolf Venom said nah, he has decided it is not the best time, so he is leaving.
God sees that nothing is being discussed here, so he's probably also gonna head to his room, start doing something here. Perhaps work on that what's it called? On that tabletop game he was talking about.
Oh no. All right then. So, Varys is having an emotional moment. We left off with her last week looking at Thessia and having a bit of a cry as she remembers home. Gorg is busy developing a game. Vesius, what are you doing? Give Wolf a second, he's got to type. And meanwhile, the guys in the pool have a think on what you guys will be doing.
Wolf Venom said probably just gonna read a history book or something in his room for the time being.
As you enter the room, Vesius, you do notice that the alcohol is still there. You can see the bottles just sitting accusingly there. For anybody who is watching for the first time, we have to wait a little bit because Wolf is having to type his responses out.
Wolf Venom said home. I think I am gonna roll something to see what he does.
I will say you have advantage on this roll on the basis that you did actually make a promise to Ephron.
You've received help from another character.
Exactly. Scordio, you seem a bit quiet, so I'm going to boost you up a bit.
Wolf Venom said trying to decide the best save to use, wisdom.
Wisdom is probably your best bet, yeah. I would say with the 13, you've got the willpower to resist it. And again, folks, Wolf is typing, so bear with us.
Wolf Venom said I grab a bottle and just stare at the label for a bit before putting it down and opening a book.
Very well. So you're settling down to read a history book, and let us head back to the pool room. Basrak, Ephron, and Plee. Now, I think Journey stepped out for a minute. So, Basrak and Plee, are you guys doing anything other than just soaking in the warm water?
I think Plee opened her eyes when the other two left, and then just kind of closed them again.
This is a bit awkward. Can I Did I make this awkward?
No.
Good. No, what? I'm just going to leave anyway. Of course, I remember to put my clothes before leaving. Otherwise, it will be very awkward.
Just wrap a towel around.
I'm just waiting for when everyone leaves the room.
So Bazrak's heading back to his quarters. Stateroom president.
I mean, I hope this is my room. I forgot which one it was.
I can't remember off the top of my head either, so we'll just pretend it is.
Jux walks in with the rubber vests in, just wearing a towel.
There is the sound of pouncing.
I mean, I remember it was the right side room.
Oh, if it's the right side, you might walk into Sealer's room just wearing a towel.
You were right next to Sealer, if you remember.
Yeah, there was no one in the room. I think I'm safe.
Unless she's gone out to get something.
All right then, folks. You have the afternoon approaching. What would each of your characters like to do over the course of this afternoon? You could hang out with other people. You could spend some time in the VR. You could play pool. You could do stuff privately in your room. You could head into the entertainment room and play cards or something. I'm going to go through the list and see who would like to do what. I'm going to start with you, Diablo, since you're at the top of the list.
Oh, guess I'll go to the entertainment room.
Okay. The entertainment room.
Go with the open window, just winks out. Hello. Or open door, rather.
I just saw who was in the entertainment room and decided it was not worth it.
Fair enough.
I'm not in the entertainment room, we're just walking past. You walk past my room, that's where I am.
Well, which one is the VR?
That's up at the front of the ship. It's the other room.
I imagine I just walk into Paris having a cry.
Faris, it's been a while. Are you still enjoying the views of Thessia, or have you moved on to other things?
I think at this point she's starting to get off of it. He might have walked in when Ferris is like drying her eyes, like, okay, I'm done with that for now. So she's cleaning up her face and cleaning up the headset because it's wet.
That VR?
Yeah. I think you may want to use a different set if it'll work for you. I kind of made a mess of these ones.
Yeah, those probably don't fit my eyes and all. Wait. Fuck. My eyes. I'm just going to go and rest.
There are card games you could play or stuff. Just because one of your eyes is out of action doesn't mean you can't use the VR as well. It won't be quite as immersive, but
Oh, I need all four.
yeah, you kind of
Just
do
close
need all
the
four.
other eye on the top of it.
You could have all three of the ones that you've currently got available. For anybody who missed it, Bazrak did get shot in the head recently and lost an eye, but has got a replacement one.
Well, I'm just going to rumble my way back into my room, I guess. I try to do things, but
Things just keep getting in the way.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye and can't use the VR headset. Discordia, bad. So Bazrak is going to try and just read, maybe? Relax?
And apparently I'm in the wrong room. As Wolf point out. I'm in the right room.
Ah, there we go. Welcome back, Journey. I'm just going through the list of everybody and seeing what people want to do with their afternoon. Plea and Ephron, you are currently sharing the ship's pool. You could share it for the rest of the afternoon if you wish, or after a while you could choose to do something else. What would you guys like to do?
Well, when Plea realized she was now alone in close proximity with the person she just had a not so pleasant conversation with, she got out.
That is entirely
And
fair.
will now be leaving while muttering irritably under her breath and heading back towards whichever room she thinks was her.
It was one of the two at the front of the ship, I think.
Pretty sure it was this one.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to close the door, lock the door, put on her headphones from her old cassette player to drown out any other noise, and go back to work on one of her projects.
Her cassette player?
Yes, she has a cassette player with a tape of Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon in it.
Oh yes, you did find that. I forgot about that. All right then. In that case, Ephron, what are you doing?
He stays a bit longer in the pool, just enjoying the thing. But then, after a little while, gets out, picks up his clothes from the side, and walks off to his room, which Wolf was saying it's opposite Vess's. So that's
Yours will be here. Stateroom president.
Yeah. Heads to his room to drop off the clothes and pick up the novel he was reading and gonna head down to the lounge.
Do you put on any clothes?
I'm having to seriously consider this.
The silence is very reassuring.
The sound
I think
of naked silence.
I think for the lulz, I'm going to have it that Ephron forgets that he's not dressed and just sort of, he was picking his stuff up from the pool and just put it back and then whatever, and so yes, he has forgotten that he is naked, which it would be, is the room that Ferris is in, would that be the sort of lounge area?
You can assume that if you wish. You hear a cough as you enter the area. Are you just ignoring the cough?
I'm looking towards wherever the cough is coming from.
It would have been when you were back here.
Oh, right.
The guard behind you points down to your legs.
Ephron is confused for a while, for a minute, then looks down, and then looks up, a little confused, and there's a bit more of a pause. Oh, yes, of course, clothes. Apologies. And then he heads back to his room.
The guard shrugs.
And gets something. Admittedly, I think it would have been more entertaining to have Ferris look up and just have naked Ephron walking through the door. But the guard will do.
Yeah,
That's fine.
The guard was right there, so it was like he was going to say something.
So Ephron pulls on something, some clothes.
He puts on a top, continues walking around. He's a cartoon character, it's fine.
He's Donald ducking it. It's fine.
Just gonna pour myself a tea.
Tell you what, he puts on underwear.
Okay. The guard doesn't
Half and
bat an
half,
eye
he's
at this point.
Yeah. Viz,
Yes, I am here and present.
any reaction to Efron walking into the room you're in nothing but his underwear?
Well, I'm going to say Ferris is putting away the VR set at this point.
So she doesn't immediately notice.
She's going to glance over, look Efron up and down, and just kind of shrug her shoulders. Par for the course. I'm sorry, don't really care about nudity.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, Efron just gives her a nod and heads over to sit on the sofa
Would you like to try the
and
headset
read
on?
his book. No, he's just going to read his book.
Fair enough.
I don't mind being sort of one side of the sofa for other people to sit down.
Yeah, the sofa image isn't quite big enough, but yeah.
Because, what was it again? Checking my notes. Electric Connection, romance novel between an Angara and an unshackled AI.
So,
That's what it was.
Faris, he appears to be reading the book, which, if I remember rightly, you gave him.
Did I give it to him or did I suggest it to him?
You might have suggested it to him.
Ferris is going to glance at that back cover and chuckle. Do you want some alone time?
Efron will look up. Sorry, alone time?
If I remember rightly, that book's a bit on the spicier side of romance, let's put it that way.
It's a good book as far as I've been reading it. Do you think that I would pleasure myself over this book?
I am throwing out the possibility that you might, and if you are, I'm offering you the time to be alone so you may do so.
In which room?
Exactly.
Efron will give kind of a sort of a okay look and say that will not be necessary. I just enjoy the book. Not to that degree, I might say.
Well, all right then.
It was a good recommendation, though. I am enjoying it. Thank you.
Does wine taste like anything to you?
That's a good question. I suspect... I mean, they do have alcohol. So...
What was the description of Angara's taste in terms of food? They find it quite bland, don't they?
Tend to find it generally fairly bland.
You probably prefer vinegar over wine. It's got some more flavour to it. Wine's kind of a bit eh. But at least it's not vodka, which doesn't have any taste.
Well, isn't point of vodka becoming very drunk very fast?
Pretty much, yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it doesn't have taste. In fact, that would be preferable.
Vodka is so disgusting.
I'm
Sorry,
surprised to hear you. Go on.
No, you carry on.
I was going to say, I'm surprised to hear you in particular say that, given its usual ingredients.
Ingredients. Yeah, fair enough.
Moving on.
I think, yeah, the general kind of impression I think Angara would have with wine is kind of like it's alcoholic LaCroix or LaCroix, however you would pronounce it, or sort of there's flavour there, but there's not a lot of it. Enough flavour to know what you're missing. So I think Ephron will sort of respond with, it's not exactly our palate, but it isn't unpleasant.
There have been attempts by various vineyards to make Angaran suitable vintages, which are generally absolutely unpalatable to everybody else because they're so strong.
Well, I could also check with in the cafeteria, see if they got creme de menthe, and we can mix wine and creme de menthe and see if that does something for you. Because I find wine and reading to be a great time.
Hold a second. I have it here somewhere.
That's where it turns out he likes absinthe.
No, it's the because this is a nice place. This would have the they would have Angaran alcohol.
Yeah, they totally would have that.
Oh, yeah. There's because I was thinking of the one that's got a name, Malja, that's an alcoholic drink, but actually, in my notes I added that there is reference to an Angaran wine. What would be in that, I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I think Ephron will sort of, Ephron will say, well, I'm sure they would be able to provide me with some Angaran wine. If you wouldn't mind ordering that, that would be very nice. You're more than welcome to join me with a drink of your own and a book of your own.
I think I'll do that. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. I will take this as opportunity for V to move on to the next individual.
Very well. Next on the list would be, well, Tearbu.
Well, as I said, I was heading back to my room. I'm in my room, and I am working on that TTRPG. I said I was gonna.
Okay.
I was
So
like
you set up, you take the ship computer and you start typing away on it, planning out a campaign, reading the rule book.
No, I'm doing it on my Omni tool. I'm not going to the ship's computer.
You're using your Omni tool to do this, which is much less convenient.
I'm more used to it. I
Fair
think
enough.
so.
So you start working on that. Roll me a performance check.
I am so sorry. I just need to. I thought I didn't open N7 Blood. I'm so stupid. Give me a few seconds.
While Gorg is sorting this out, I will read out something that just got committed inside of the out of game discussion. Viz commented that some people like their drinks spicy, and also we have no idea how the Angara take their diary. I think she misspelt dairy there. At which point Journey quipped that they don't think diary would be very healthy for Angara. The pages would get stuck in their teeth.
It was right there. I couldn't not.
All right.
Are you ready, Tiabu?
Yeah, I rolled the 14.
Excellent. You put together this. You're making some progress towards this. Yeah, you think you've got the basic outline of an idea. It's going to take some development. You don't think this is something you could just do off the cuff.
Of course.
You reckon to do a proper job of this, it's going to take a few weeks of prep.
Alrighty. Then I guess I'll keep working on it for now.
Okay. In that case, we move on to Vesius. Vesius, your book is pretty good. What do you wish to do?
Wolf Venom said first. Ves, sitting next to his still open door, stuck his head out as Evfran walked by and did the Tyrian equivalent of a whistle.
That makes
Wolf
sense.
Venom said, feeling bored. I put my book down and head towards the game room.
Okay. You see Faris as you're going by.
Wolf Venom said, going to use the pool.
No. I was going to get some drinks so that Efron and I can just read in the lounge room.
Wolf Venom said, okay, well, have fun with that. Tell him I said hi.
Will do.
Let's wait for Wolf to finish typing.
Wolf Venom said, oh hey. How have things been with you since you gave the twins some exercise for a week? I say as I pass Scylla.
Oh, they've been great. She is, by the way, chatting away with this guard. She appears to be attempting to convince him to abandon his post so that she can play with his pool cue.
That sounds like a euphemism.
Oh, it certainly was.
Wolf Venom said, I mean, if you want company, I am not doing anyone right now.
She pauses. Not having much luck with this guy, so sure. Do you know how to use one of these things?
Wolf Venom said, nope, but I am sure we will figure it out.
Sounds like a plan, man.
There's a booklet in there.
Oh, she's not paying attention to that.
She'll figure it out if she has to take the table apart to do so.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. That is exactly her personality. So I reckon the whole idea is we've got to get all the balls into the holes. But I reckon maybe it's like... Do we have to get them into certain holes? Do certain colours go in certain holes?
Wolf Venom said, maybe the rules are written somewhere.
That's boring. It'd be more fun to create our own.
Wolf Venom said, or we just try and do trick shots. Strip shots.
Sounds like a plan. She gathers the balls up onto the table and then sort of looks at the triangle for a moment before putting it over the top of several of the balls. Huh, the white one's slightly smaller.
Wolf Venom said maybe you use that one and throw it at the others.
Then what are the sticks for? Oh, maybe you're supposed to, like, line up the sticks into, like, a rail, and then you roll the white one down at him. Man, you gotta be dexterous to play this.
Wolf Venom said or beating the loser.
Huh. Maybe we should put out a video and see how they play it.
Wolf Venom said good idea. And I pull one up.
Okay. You guys see how pool is actually played. It's pretty easy to define. It's pretty easy to figure out what the rules are from there. Would you like to play pool with Sela?
Wolf Venom said that is boringly unviolent and there is no banging at the end. But let's play.
I mean, there could be banging at the end.
Wolf Venom said I might keep you to that.
Sounds like a plan.
Wolf Venom said and they play.
Okay. Let's just do an opposed dexterity check, I think is probably our best one for this. Ooh, Sela rolled shit. That's unusual. Normally she does good.
She's doing it on purpose.
She's lulling him into a false sense of security. Okay. Ephron, you can hear somebody is playing with balls in the room next door.
Phrasing.
Well, if it is their desire to play with their balls, then that's entirely their business.
Very well. You continue just reading your book then?
Mm-hmm.
Faris, you are heading down to get a drink, I believe.
Yep.
You head up to the steward, who has a towel folded over one of his tentacles as he turns to you. Hello. This one greets you.
What time of artificial day is it right now?
It's probably a bit past midday. It's getting into early afternoon.
Afternoon. I was wondering if I could get a bottle of Angaran wine.
Of course, ma'am. Excuse this one.
And 2 glasses?
Of course, ma'am. Ma'am should note that Angaran wine can be rather strong. Perhaps you would like an alternative beverage.
Oh, the wine is for our Angaran passenger, and I have some of my own.
Very well, madam. He disappears into the kitchen. He returns a couple of moments later with a pair of glasses held in one tentacle and a bottle of wine held in 2 others.
Ferris is going to take the wine and the glasses. And she's going to pinch her book between like her side and her armpit so she can hang on to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Have a good day, ma'am.
Right, now how am I going to carry 2 bottles?
Just
the glasses, and she's kind of like mumbling to herself as she's trying to figure out how to hold everything.
you can hear the sound of somebody playing pool in the other room. The door has been left open.
Why is he on the table?
No.
He is on my screen.
I might need a screenshot because he isn't on mine. Yeah, take us quick. Yeah, that's not where he is on. That's weird.
He is on the table on my screen. So we could chalk it up to Ferris thinks Vess is on the table?
Maybe he was leaning
Why
over.
is-
Maybe he was leaning over to get a good angle on a shot, and it just looked like he was on the table for you.
Yeah, we'll chalk it up to that. And she's like, why is he on the table? She's going to just go into her room to get her bottle of wine.
Wolf Venom said if the door locks, that might happen later.
Oh no.
Right. So Ferris is going to figure out how to Jenga everything so she can walk it into the lounge room.
Right, you could do a bottle under each arm, the glasses in one hand, and your book in the other.
That'll work. Nothing in there is really too important. I'm just going to leave the door open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Wine glasses down, wine bottles, book on the table. She considers it for a moment. Fuck, I don't have a bottle opener.
You have an Omni tool.
Does Omni Tool come with cork screw open, like corkscrew?
If it can fabricate a blade, it can fabricate a corkscrew.
But would it work? Because the blade is.
It's superheated. It would burn the cork into the wine.
Could I try to use lift to get it out?
It's held too tightly for that to work. It's not a bad idea, though.
Well, I was considering because it's sort of ability check with your power casting ability contested by that creature's strength check. It could be something
You know
along those
what?
lines.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no.
you could do an opposed strength check against it. So yeah, sure. What's your score?
My both my strength and my spell modifier is +3.
Right. I'm gonna say that a wine bottle has a strength of 15 because it's a tough one, but it's certainly doable by any human with a bit of time. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna give it a flat 15. So, can you beat that?
Was a 12.
You guys do realize you could do this easily by simply grabbing a fork or a knife, right?
Or asking for a wine glass. For a corkscrew, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Or a spoon or anything too thin that could fit in there.
After a minute, Sela pokes her head around the door. Did somebody say something about screw?
Corkscrew. Like to open wine bottles, and Ferris is going to pick up specifically the Ungaran version of the bottle to kind of dissuade her. You know, like this.
Oh, don't you have them in the quarters?
We have them in our quarters?
Yeah, it's in the drawer.
one moment. And she sets down the bottle and she's going to go to her room. What
Wolf Venom said, I
drawer?
shout after her. After the game. Now it is your turn.
All right, all right. You hear pool being committed as well.
Ferris is looking at her around her room. What drawer? There's a chair and a bed.
There is actually a desk with a thing as well. I just didn't find a decent image for one. And
Okay.
yeah, there's a chest of drawers and a little wardrobe, so. And a bedside table.
Because she's going to start pilfering through her drawers.
Okay. Turns out it's in the bedside table.
Weird, but all right. Okay. Got a corkscrew. Ferris is going to get into the wine bottles.
Okay, you use the corkscrew. That gives you advantage on the check. I'm not going to make you actually make the check because you have the right tool. And it takes a little bit of work and you pull the bottles open. Neither of them are fizzy wines, so you don't get any pop and squirting everywhere.
Oh, good. I don't want to have to clean up a mess.
Also, that's what's happening in the other room.
Exactly.
Not cleaning up that mess.
Exactly.
All right. So Ferris is going to pour wine out and offer Ephron a glass. The Angaran wine in particular.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. And Ephron takes the glass.
All right. Wine in one hand, book off the table in the other, plop on the couch, and time to go to Fantasyland with the book.
Okay. We'll pop away from you guys for a little bit. Plea, you're working on your own project. Which ones have you brought with you?
The thing she was currently working on was another night vision mod.
Yeah, you could bring that with you and work on that.
I've now realised she was actually making for the person who has driven her up the wall. One of them, anyway.
You know what you could do?
This is probably not relaxing her as it was intended to.
You could work on it, but in subtle ways make it look silly for them.
Silly.
What would make Ephron feel silly if he was wearing it? You could make his night vision mod look like that.
The only thing that's springing to mind is utterly ridiculous and would be obvious. I don't think it's going to work. I just may put this down.
You can always leave the room and do something else. That's also an option.
Yeah, it's not providing the relief that was intended. No, he's in there, so. Who's in here?
It's your sister and Vesius. They appear to be playing pool and making terrible jokes.
Still better than the alternative. Well, at least you haven't knocked the ball off the table and out the room.
Who did that?
Gorg.
How?
I think he swung the back end of the cue at it.
What, like a club?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that sounds like so much fun. Vesius, how about we do that for the next round?
Wolf Venom said, why would he do that? Didn't you just watch a video to see how to play?
Yeah, but this sounds more fun.
Wolf Venom said it does. Okay. Grab your bats and get swinging.
She starts resetting the table as you watch, possibly in horror plea.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and step backwards out of the room. And then just sigh in disappointment.
Wolf
Just
Venom
kind
said you
of-
think she is okay.
What? Oh. I don't... Oh, God damn it. Now I've got to go check. Hey, Plea? Plea?
Yes.
What's bothering you?
I didn't want to get hit in the head with a flying ball.
Oh. Okay, valid. I mean, you could use a chair as cover.
You're on the wrong line of walk then.
Doesn't sound the most comfortable way to try and relax.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you have your fun.
Oh, I intend to.
You always do.
Okay, Vesius, your shot. Plea. You head back to your room.
Lie down, stuff a pillow over my face, and scream into it.
There. Bazrak, you are heading up to the front of the ship, I see.
Yeah?
Is there anything you're doing? Or what are you looking to
Not
do?
particularly. I just sit around the table. Sitting around in the room was too boring.
Okay. You can see that there are a variety of card games and stuff around. Ephron and Faris appear to be reading and drinking wine.
I think I'm going just to play cards on my own.
Okay. Sit down and play the Batarian equivalent of Patience.
Or solitary.
Or Solitaire, yeah. Gorg, you have headed into a room where two people are attempting to play pool the way you played it.
Yes, it looks fun.
Vesius,
I'm getting into there.
Vesius, could you make me a dexterity check with disadvantage? Okay, you're still doing better than Seela is. She is doing very poorly. So, Gorg, this game appears to be working far less well than the other version.
So was I doing it right all along? Skog sounds a little confused.
Wolf is typing.
Wolf Venom said, from what I understand, no you were not. But this is more fun.
Oh, nice. I'd like to join you for next round. But why is the door open? Won't the ball hit the guard like this?
He's frigid.
I'm imagining they're getting a dirty look from the guard right now.
Yep.
Wolf Venom said, because people keep coming in and opening it.
Okay, I'll close it.
As you close the door, you notice the guard moves to the other side of the hall. Right.
Well,
Wolf Venom said, you know I have never had a threesome with an Azari and a Volus.
sorry to disappoint you, but I can't take off my suit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Volus, they have this big problem. They tend to erupt a bit early. It takes all the fun out of it.
Wolf Venom said, I start laughing. I was joking.
I wasn't.
Wolf Venom said, well, let's say we finish this and we go back to mine or your room and I see if I can last longer.
I'll hold you to that.
Wolf Venom said, and they go back to baseball.
Okay. Baseball. Baseball. I was thinking more like croquet, but yeah, baseball.
I was thinking table golf.
Yeah, table golf would fit as well. Just standing on the edge of the table, hitting the white ball around. Maybe we should both go for it at the same time, and it turns into hockey.
Oh no!
Not a table!
Wolf Venom said, Vess is throwing the white ball in the air and hitting it as it falls.
Holy shit! That is dangerous.
That's gonna be a hard check, I think.
That is an extremely hard check and dangerous as fuck. That is very dangerous.
This is how Gork dies.
Yes, there is a not insignificant chance of that because the white ball can crack.
Alright, hit it.
Oh,
Hit it.
Wolf Venom said he is still slightly drunk.
Okay. Can I have a dexterity check with disadvantage?
oh.
Okay. At one point, you throw the ball up, you swing the thing, completely missing it, and thwack Seela across the head with your cue. She goes down unconscious.
I'd like to make a medicine check.
Please
I
do.
think of those tests. Medicine, right. I'm gonna have a look. I rolled a 16.
Okay. She appears to just be dazed.
I'm gonna go grab some water for her. I don't see any serious concussions, so
No.
she is probably gonna be fine. So I'm gonna go and grab some
Okay.
water from the bar, or maybe some first aid kit or something.
Okay.
Can this dude help me with this?
Who are you going to? Sorry. Yes, he will go get
Stuart
that.
killed.
Yeah, he will go get that for you. Bazrak, what are you doing?
I think I just heard all that.
Yeah. Vesius, what are you doing? I assume you're getting her sat up, or hiding the evidence?
Wolf Venom said, putting the cue down and trying to help her up.
Okay.
Do you need help with the hiding of the body?
Wolf Venom said, I don't think she is dead. I hope not. We had plans. Also, Plea might kill me.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Anyway, I'm going to go help her.
Okay.
Also,
Between the two of you, you're able to easily pick her up. Do you wish to put her in a chair, take her back to her room? What do you wish to do, Wolf?
I think put it in the chair would be wise.
Okay. Gorg, at this point, the steward is going to come with you back to the room.
Wolf Venom said, put her in a chair for now. Don't want to move her too far.
So, do you want to explain what the hell just happened here?
Yeah, I got some help.
This one was planning to put her into that chair.
Apologies.
Wolf Venom said, I would like to explain it. But I won't.
Did any of the cartilage get damaged? No, it was across the side, so it was literally just dazing her. The steward begins administering first aid, which seems to mostly consist of an examination, a quick on-the-tool scan, and some painkillers, pretty much, as she starts to wake up. Oh. Whoa. What happened?
That's what I like to know.
Wolf Venom
No.
said, you got hammered.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, I'd remember if I got hammered in a good way. We were playing pool and then...
You were not playing pool. He was hitting it like a. He was hitting it like a baseball bat. I'm sorry, I don't know the.
Wolf Venom said, I missed and then I didn't miss.
Oh. Oh. Okay, now I see why... Ow. Ow, now I see why they play it the other way. Oh.
You feeling all right?
Right now I'm trying not to focus on the right side. That side hurts. You know what? I think I'm going to go lie down for a while.
That's a good idea.
This may have been a mistake. Excuse me. The steward is going to go with her.
Wolf Venom said, I am super sorry. If you still want that company later, but bye.
Not tonight, not tonight. I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Quick tip. Women aren't to men who hit
Wait,
them with the bats.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say you
think.
were about to put her in Bazrak's room.
Yeah, I corrected.
Wolf Venom said, what about you, Gorg?
What about me? Would you like? Are you still in the mood for playing after that? Shrek is also here now.
I'm going to go before you start breaking shit.
Wolf
I
Venom
don't
said
have-
I was.
Venom said
Never
I
mind.
was. Never.
I was joking.
I was
I
joking.
am going back to my room as well.
I don't have the money to pay for any repairs, so I'm going to pretend I never saw any of this.
Well, that put a damper on the mood. I guess I'll continue working on the RPG.
Okay. Towards the evening, there is an announcement that dinner will be supper will be served.
Oh, right. Ferris is gonna bookmark her book, glance up at the wine. How much of that did she drink?
How much do you want to have drunk?
I think I can see Ferris losing herself in drinking as she's reading, where she's not paying attention because she's having a great time.
Probably a fair bit. Like maybe a third of the bottle. Not a massive amount, but enough that it's like a little bit of a buzz.
All right. Do we have little coolers in our room?
Yes, you'd
We
have
have
little
one.
mini fridge.
All right. I'm going to put the wine in the fridge in my room. And I'll see you at supper if you're planning on eating.
Eating is something I had intended to do, yes. Ephron says with a cheeky smile.
All right. Well, catch you down in the. I don't know. Galley just doesn't feel proper enough for where we're at. Dining room, I guess.
Cedar is going to come out of her room rubbing
Foodatorium.
Cedar is going to come out of her room rubbing the side of her head as Plea is going by.
What happened? Did you get hit with a ball?
No, poor Q.
You didn't hide behind a chair?
Yeah. You were right. Okay.
I'm gonna slide an arm around her shoulders and lead her towards the dining room.
Thanks,
Come on,
sis.
sis.
Gorg, what were you doing in my room?
Oh, did he go in the wrong room?
Yeah, that was an accident. I didn't mean to be in your room. Yeah, right. This should be State Room Alpha was mine. Sorry. It was an accident. Wrong room.
I just like to imagine he walked in, sat down, started work, didn't notice.
Yeah, I didn't. That's. I'm not even gonna have to do a deception check because that's what happened.
Ferris is just going to double check all of her stuff is still in place.
Nothing
Right
is
after she puts
missing.
the wine away.
It appears to be in
Nothing is missing.
exactly the same condition as you left it. It looks like he just walked into the wrong room.
Yeah, he just sat down, started working on something.
To be fair, you've literally
didn't
only
see-
been in
look at
this place
anything.
like an hour or so yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, no, a few hours at this point, sorry.
My favorite meal, food.
Ugh.
My favourite meal.
I'm going to use that from now on. Yes, my favorite meal, food.
Oh my god.
What are you, a dog?
I couldn't resist.
The ship's engineer is going to join you for this, since you guys did mention you wanted to speak to her. And the steward is going to knock on Vesius's door.
Wolf Venom said yeah.
This one would like to remind you that food is to be served now. If you are interested, you are more than welcome to come along. If you are uninterested, I can have food. This one can have food brought to your room instead. Journey.
Hello? Sorry.
Your rappers.
Sorry.
Wolf Venom said just send something up. Not in the mood for company right now.
This one understands. This one will bring it around shortly. It's then going to knock on the door on the opposite side. Ephron, there is a knock at your door.
Everyone says yes.
This one would like to remind you that food is about to be served. If you would like to have food delivered to your room, that can be arranged.
The door opens. Yes, I'm doing this gag again because I have the opportunity. Ephron's changing into formal wear for dinner, and so is naked and turns around naked to the. I want to see the what happens. To the Hannah, that's the word.
Mm-hmm. Has absolutely no reaction.
Interesting. No problem. I will be attending shortly. I'm just getting changed.
Very well. I will delay the dinner until you arrive. This one will delay the dinner until you arrive.
I wasn't sure whether it was going to be sort of Hannah. They're all naked all the time, and so wouldn't mind, or despite being naked all the time, they're very prudish and are very disturbed by others being naked. It's like our club only for constant nakedness.
Aggressive.
I mean, that club's like that.
Prudish nudists. You can see that the steward is outside of Vesius's room with a tray of food. It knocks at the door as you are leaving your room, Ephron.
Interesting. I don't think he reacts, but he does notice that.
Okay. Vesius, there's a knock at your door.
Wolf Venom said I opened the door.
Okay. The steward is holding out a tray of various Turian delicacies for you.
Wolf Venom said why thank you. I grabbed the tray. And do give my regards to the others. I shut the door.
Okay. In that case, he's going to head on into the room and start serving dinner for you lot. The steward is going to approach the captain and whisper something, which is kind of difficult to do as a Hannah, to the captain. The captain is then going to look to the rest of you. I understand Vesius is sending his apologies. He is presently wishing to dine alone.
That's fine.
You will note that I have invited my chief engineer, Najiz, to join us for this meal so that you may have an opportunity to speak with her. You expressed an interest earlier. Najiz herself is a Drell. She looks quite smartly attired for an engineer. and looks slightly out of place here. She doesn't seem to be that comfortable.
What do you mean for an engineer, V?
What? What?
You think an engineer can't clean up nice?
I think he's more insinuating that her element is to be dirtied up from work. That being cleaned up is kind of a weird state.
She looks like
I'm
somebody
gonna be
who
honest.
she looks like somebody who doesn't really care what she looks like so long as she does her job well.
She is the plea of this crew.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, then you two should get on right as rain.
I'm just drawing a blank on what we wanted to discuss with them. Was it the engine or was it the framework of the ship?
You were looking into the ship itself because it's quite a unusual one. It seems to be originally a military design that's been copied by civilians, is probably the best way to describe it. So while it's not armed, it is quite a sturdy ship and a bit over-engined, probably.
Okay. Well, between bites, probably raise that as a topic of discussion. Am I right in thinking this ship is derived from a military blueprint?
The engineer is going to look to the captain, who nods. Originally, yeah, I believe that the original design was, I think it was Solarian? It was one of the fast courier vessels. Obviously, it's been upgraded and modified for our needs. The main thing was they cut down on the big fuel tanks that run along the length of the ship. Those have been replaced with crew lounges. With the passenger dining lounge, the crew quarters, the kitchen, and ship stores, for example.
So it can move at quite a clip then.
The engines are a bit toned down from the military version, but they're pretty powerful. Only downside is, of course, since they're originally military designs, they tend to require a lot of maintenance, so I'm kept busy.
I would probably know the model then.
You start chatting about this. Plea is going. Sorry, not Plea. Sealer is going to speak up at this point. Hey, why don't you and Faris swap seats? You'd be able to talk to her more.
Good idea.
So you start having a rather animated discussion about the engines and the specifications, and it comes up that originally this design was in fact armed, but they've never fit the weapon systems on this particular one. This one is designed purely to rely on its speed, and if anything, it's probably faster than the military original. Also, Najiz, you get on with pretty well. She is very much your type of person. She is all about machines.
Up we get on swimmingly. Probably move on to other types of engines that Plea has encountered and worked on.
I'm imagining you guys go full engine nerd. This is going to hit levels of train. It's not quite potato, but it's train.
But actually relevant.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That means we're not going to take psychic damage from it.
Hey, Gork. Want such places and teach those two about potatoes?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Diablo?
Want such seats and teach those two about potatoes?
Would you like to learn about potatoes?
The Jizz looks to you, Plea. That's a potato.
Don't ask.
Why not?
But you just see a shudder run through her frame.
Oh. Wait, is this some kind of... She looks around. Is this some kind of weapon system?
Yes. Would you like to learn about it?
No. No, I wouldn't.
Wise choice.
I can teach you later with less people around if you'd like.
Maybe. You notice Seela is making a no head shake.
At this point, Ferris is gonna like pat her back. There.
She then sort of presses her hand to the side of her head again as after shaking her head. That hurt. Ow.
Ferris is going to whisper, "What happened to you?"
Oh, Vessia's hit me with a pool cue.
I'll give you the short version. It's a plant that originates from Earth.
Ferris looks concerned and asks, "Was that on purpose?"
Oh, no, we were playing pool.
No, you weren't playing pool. You were hitting it like a hockey stick. No, it's like a... I don't know. What was that?
We got creative with the rules. They seemed a bit boring.
Oh.
So...
What?
Yeah,
Your
you
head
probably would
start?
have been safer dancing on the table with the balls on the table.
I mean, that sounds fun.
I'm joking. Please don't hurt yourself any further.
Are you trying to collect injuries?
No, that just happened. That's all.
Okay, fair enough.
The captain, by the way, this is the first he's heard about this and is just like... You can see a sort of look of, you did what with my pool set expression, but it sort of is tamped down slowly.
I mean,
I think-
with the level of wealth you're dealing with at this level, if some rich bod like Von Kraft decided to smash the pool table completely, as soon as they got to the bank, they'd just say, "We need another pool table," and one would be delivered.
Yep.
Hell, they might have some in stock on the bank ship just in case.
They probably do, actually, yeah.
In case someone misses a bank shot.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Tish.
Ephron looks at Seela and asks, "This hit you? Was he drinking at all?"
Not while I was there. He did seem like he'd been drinking earlier, though. I mean, to be fair, I'd been drinking a little bit as well, so... fair. But he hadn't been drinking while I was there. Why?
No particular reason.
I mean, why has Vess not decided to join us anyway? Ow.
I don't know.
He may be feeling guilty because he hit you in the head.
I mean, we were being idiots. That happens.
As Seela's like probably touching her wound and it's hurting her, Ferris just gonna grab her wrist and push it to the table. Stop touching it.
Oh no.
She gives you a look of sort of like, but... oh, god damn it. She's going to look to the steward. Can I have a damp cloth or something? And he disappears to get that. Coming back a few moments later, she starts dabbing a damp cloth instead.
Can I just glance at my injured sister who is using what is probably not the most advanced method and just think, would unity work to help this injury?
You don't think this wound is bad enough to require it. It is literally just a bruise.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but now you must pay for every use of unity, so...
Damn it, you got to the joke before I did.
Unity's
I
never going to
mean,
live that down. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and it shouldn't.
it's only like 10 credits per use.
Yeah, but it's Sila, so that's 10 credits too expensive.
Damn. So,
You really don't like my sister. What has she done, Bazrak? Why do you hate her so?
she's done everybody but him?
That's false.
That she has done nobody in this room.
That you know of.
Well, none of the player characters, but we don't know about the engineer, the captain, the steward, and who is that in front of me?
That's the bank guy.
He's a Volus. She probably hasn't done him.
Yeah, I don't think she's had time.
I mean, probably.
He,
Maybe
by
She's
the,
either been occupied.
he, by the way, looks absolutely fucking miserable to be stuck at a table with you guys.
Wolf Venom
You
said
t-
she almost did Vess, but things happened.
Yeah.
She's either been busy or she's been clubbed over the head.
I hope Vesius doesn't think I'm blaming him, because, like, we were both being idiots.
Just be sure to tell him that when he decides to come out.
Alright. Remind me if I forget.
No, nah, he's acting weird the entire day.
Oh?
Stupider than most days.
Why?
He doesn't usually drink. This drinking thing has been a new development for us.
In
Oh.
these volumes, no less.
Yeah.
Immediately gets drunk after getting on the ship.
You don't think he's on the wagon, do you?
What
No.
does she mean by that?
It's a human expression. It's when they don't drink. They say they're on the wagon. I don't know what it means, but
No. Human oddity aside, he's clearly drinking now.
Wait, you think he's drinking now?
I know he's drinking now because I was drinking with him. Well, not right now, before.
oh, so you're the one we got to blame for him drinking.
He was drinking when I got there.
So really, this is your fault, she says, pointing to the bruise on the side of her head.
As much as I would like to take responsibility for that, I can't. He was drinking when I got there, and well, I started drinking after him.
At best, we can call Bazrak an enabler. However, someone will just check in on Vess after dinner, make sure everything's okay. Let's just try to have a nice meal, quit touching your bruise, and have a good time, yeah?
But I like touching my bruise. I get sympathy.
Oh,
She grins at you.
You being Ferris or Plea?
Sir Ferris.
I think the plea has turned away from the discussion with the engineer to just kind of stare at the back of her sister's head.
Pretty much, yeah. The engineer is going to look to you. Who is she?
That's my sister.
Oh, my deepest condolences.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Did she have a different parent?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, she was a Solarian.
Oh. Oh, I was thinking Krogan.
I. I'm pretty sure Solarian.
I went out with an Asari who had a Krogan dad, and she kind of reminds me of him.
My condolences.
It was fun, but exhausting.
Yeah, that's my sister. So, do you keep in touch?
No, it was it was a mutual breakup, but it wasn't the cleanest breakup, if that makes sense.
Clea is nodding sagely, but not really having the experience to draw from.
No. The bank manager. Sorry, go ahead.
In her defense, I don't really think anyone on the crew has the mutual breakup, but not the cleanest.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
I was trying to stop myself saying that, but yes, also that. You don't know the dating history of Ephron.
Or Bazrak.
Or
Oh,
Bazrak.
Gorg.
Hell, I don't know the dating history of Ephron yet. I'm working on it.
Well, we know the data hits of the cork. It's potatoes.
No, no.
A romantic.
Now I just imagine he uses a fucking potato sack as a body pillow.
I'm just imagining a candlelit dinner where the other place setting is the date.
It's just got a picture of a potato on the front. It says Idaho, and that's the potato sack's name.
Potato sack body.
It's a Mr. Potato Head doll.
I do apologise to you, but that was just.
I don't think he'd have any romantic interest in him. It would, but something that you could see him do at some point was maybe have an altar to potatoes. You could catch him having that.
It just has a
He
shrine.
made himself a potato plushie when he was a child because he couldn't get a potato plushie, and the potatoes were too hard to sleep with.
Is the incense just sticks of spice? Is it cinnamon which is burning or something?
Oh, I like that. I'll write it down.
Just burning sticks of cinnamon.
Well, he was trying to be a spice farmer at one point.
He was,
I think. That
was.
may have been forgotten by everyone.
Sorry,
I think that was forgotten by session 2.
my
Yeah.
face hurts. Give me a second.
Yeah, I was trying to farm saffron.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
also-
Give me a breather. It's also halftime for the time that we started. Now, I don't know if we're just going to extend an hour
Do we
or if
want
we're
to?
just going to stop when we usually do.
We could do halftime in the middle. That would make sense.
I mean, do we want
So
to?
halftime in the middle will be right now.
Do we want to extend beyond the usual time, folks?
I don't know if I'll have the energy to do that.
Yeah, that was my concern. A few people wouldn't be able to.
I'm surprisingly more energetic than I expected to now. Maybe
Right.
the coffee is helping.
I think we should take a break now, and we'll see how we feel once we come back, how long we'll go on for. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. I have a couple of fluffy dogs to throw out in my yard real quick.
Unwanted dogs just
Hunt 'em
keep
out
coming
there.
into the house. Gotta throw them out again.
We are just very reckless tonight, swinging pool cues, throwing dogs.
I'm not actually going to throw my parents' dogs, but you know what I mean.
Yes, right.
But Pomeranians look so perfect for throwing out the window.
They do kind of. I'm not gonna. Anyway, moving on, folks. Folks, we're going to take...
Swinging pool cues, throwing dogs, starting fires.
Starting fires with dogs and pool cues. Look, it's a very involved process.
I don't want to throw a fucking blind dog out the window. That's so mean.
Well, at least the dog won't see it coming.
Oh my!
You would have
God,
advantage on the. You would have advantage on the throw because it's blind.
You need to leave.
I think we need to take the break now.
Let's take the break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Glorious.
I'm going to mute now and put some music on. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Jesus fucking Christ, what is this? Have some music. Folks, I just got back. I'll need a minute to set up, and then we can get going again. He says. Okay, pause the music. Ip-dip-ip-dip-ip. That's not the right one. That's the right one. And
To de-stress over.
I have returned.
No, you haven't. I deny it.
No! The village is burning!
I live again.
Oh, damn it.
With toast. So, sound off if you're back, folks.
Hello.
I'm back.
I am back, folks.
Gork reporting for duty.
Wolf Venom said I never left.
I don't know how much longer I can keep going. I am starting to flag. I could still go on a little bit, but certainly not the full length. So,
Well, if we need to cut it short, we need to cut it short. We'll see how we do.
Was that long enough?
We'll play it by ear.
So, welcome back, folks. We hope you're enjoying. We're returning back to our intrepid team of pirate hunters sitting down for a dinner. By the way, Vess, you have a fine selection of Turian delicacies here. They're rather good. He is replying, don't worry.
Wolf Venom said I just kinda pick at them half-heartedly.
Fair enough. Is there anything else you would like to do while the others are having their dinner?
Wolf Venom said he is just reading his book again and nibbling on food.
Fair enough. You get a nice relaxing time reading your book. Heading back to the main room, then. The dinner seems to be winding down a bit as the desserts are brought out. Since some people here can eat the same foods as each other, I'm going to say that it's basically... Yeah, it's basically like a chef-made Viennetta is brought out, effectively. So layers of ice cream, layers of chocolate, layers of biscuit.
God, that takes me back. That was the thing in the 90s, Viennetta.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say craft anywhere, does it?
You think this might have been one which the chef made?
Excellent.
What
Hopefully we'll
was-
just
Zoom fast.
hopefully we'll just continue to make conversation with the engineer.
What type of Volus food is being served, considering I'm not the only Volus here and the other guy is kind of high status, perhaps something fancier served? Or something
Because you
normal?
are currently at a dinner table with other species, you can't really have stuff that you can eat properly. So you've got very high quality food in tubes.
Works for me.
Question. This is kind of a world question.
Go ahead.
Do we have colonies or stations where Volus can exist without their suits?
Yes. On his home station, Gorg would have had access to most of the station without a suit. In fact, the only parts of the station where he would have to wear a suit are either the outside of the hull or the place where they were growing the potatoes.
Indeed.
In fact, one of the
True,
things
'cause-
one of the things your station has to export along with the potatoes is oxygen. Because for you guys, it's a waste gas
Yeah, that's nice.
from the production of
Other people can
potatoes.
certainly use it.
See, maybe that's why they're growing potatoes, just to be multifunctional.
Maybe there's they are just weird. We have at least one example of weird person.
You know,
I'd like to think it was something like sort of the family was possibly something like they were in a gambling match and they won, and one of the people was like desperate and so put down his in orbit farm. It's like, great, a farm in orbit, we can work fine. Oh, it's potatoes.
Should we change the crops? No, we'll work with what we have.
I just have visions of when you guys finally go and visit Gorg's family, which is going to happen at some point. You just know it.
Well, we are going to go back to Kadara. I'm just thinking that there's a demand for chips. It doesn't matter how far in the future, people still want chips.
I mean, fair.
That's a given.
Pommes de frites are very popular.
Are we talking about the American or the British chips?
British chips.
Both?
Yeah, both.
So
Fair
crisps.
enough.
Crisps as well. Yeah, crisps are actually going to remain popular.
Definitely.
Chips and crisps?
They never go out of what's it called? Fashion?
We just have weird, wonky flavors nowadays.
Okay. What were you saying the engineer was doing, V?
She's going to be chatting away with you about various different... It's progressively more and more esoteric, the stuff you guys are talking about. It's nice to meet somebody who can keep up with you.
May try and trade Omnitool number.
Yeah, she'll be happy to trade.
Make sure you give her the right one, Omni-Tool Hoarder.
This is
Hey,
true.
I wouldn't make that kind of mistake.
More than once.
I'm wearing one and the others are in a bag.
By the way, at this point, every 30 to 60 seconds, one of them rings to say a message has come in or a call is coming in.
Oh dear.
I put them on silent.
Are they trying to reach her about their car's extended warranty?
Sometimes.
It turns out one of them is actually a cry for help from somebody.
Oh god, yeah. You've missed so many of those.
Hey, that could be useful.
I may need to check them now.
V,
Yes?
quick side question to do with the everyone that still needs chips. In the far-flung future, in an entirely new galaxy, is D. Mortimer and Sons with their Eat More Chips, Lord Chips lorries still going around transporting Gorg's potatoes to the chipperies?
I am not aware of this.
Oh my god.
This one I've missed.
You need to drive on more motorways. There's
Yeah,
a
I don't have a
British...
car. My family hasn't had a car for like 2 decades now.
There's a British haulage company that started its business mainly moving potatoes. Still does a lot of the potatoes. And they used to put on the side of their lorries in big letters, "Eat More Chips."
Yeah?
And have the company name, D. Mortimer and Sons, and then underneath it, Lord Chips. And, you still see them around to some extent, but you used to see them a lot in the 90s and 2000s, particularly sort of around southwest Wales and, the Cornwall, Devon.
That one completely passed me by.
Never mind then.
Literally.
Apparently they also have ones that say "Eat More Fruit" because they do fruit and veg deliveries now. Anyway.
I mean, it's healthier, so yeah, fair enough. Anyway, back to the game. So, would you guys like to round off your dinner and head back to your rooms? Or, indeed, anything else you would like to do? You could go spy on the ship. You could try and infiltrate the crew areas.
Is that a suggestion?
You can interpret it as such if you wish.
So I'm going to go check on that.
I'm just giving you options.
Well, yeah, someone needs to check on Vess, and Ferris is going to make sure that Sela doesn't do stupid again within the next 24 hours.
You may regret that choice.
She gets hit in the head again.
I might regret that choice, but this is the choice that has been made.
Ooh.
All right, then. As the dinner rounds off, you've had your desserts, and the 2 Volus have had their desserts. The bank manager is just going to leave at that point. He's not staying for politeness. He's just going.
I don't blame him.
The engineer is going to glance at the captain and then look back to Plea. Well, it's been absolutely fascinating talking with you, but I should really get back to the engines. I don't like leaving them for too long.
Oh, I know how that goes.
I'd invite you to take a look, but, security.
Yeah. I'll see you around.
Yeah, talk to you later. She's going to head out and head into the crew area.
Efron... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, please just got this big smile on her face for the first time on this trip.
Is Sela giving Plea a look? Like the teasing, oh, your little sister's got a crush kind of thing?
Yeah, she's sort of grinning to you. You're in there.
Sorry, is that directed at Plea?
Yes.
He's just going to trail off. I'm not sure how to respond to that.
Oh, I'm going to go check on Vess. Make sure he knows that I'm not blaming him for this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sure.
Have a good one.
See you later, sis. Remember, use protection. And then she heads out.
Was that quiet enough that the rest of us didn't hear?
No, not even remotely.
Efron is going to say, well, she's not wrong. And get up.
What are they gonna do that they need armor for as he heads out?
Just ignore her.
I couldn't resist.
That's what I do.
Ferris is going to specific.
Vessius, there's a knock outside your door.
Wolf Venom said I walk over and open it.
Hey, Vess, just so you know, I don't blame you for this. We were both being a bit stupid, so... No hard feelings?
That's Gorkson, by the way.
Wolf Venom said no hard feelings. I just needed to be alone after everything.
Yeah, of course, I understand. Well, I don't think either of us are in the right frame of mind for that right now anyway, but, look me up sometime, okay?
Wolf Venom said if things don't go well with someone, I might do that.
Oh? Oh, go on, do tell. She leans up the door.
Wolf Venom said I am not naming names. But he is big blue and hunky.
Oh, the steward, of course. She winks.
That makes perfect sense given who our sister is with.
Wolf Venom said of course. Love at first sight.
You go get him. All those tentacles. So much fun. See you later. She heads off. She's going to look to Efron. Oh, Efron, I think Bazrak got the wrong room.
Thank you. I appreciate the warning.
You just see Bazrak sneak out the door and go with the other one behind you.
I counted the rooms wrong.
Yeah, easy done. Faris and Plea, are you guys doing? Oh, actually, Ephron, you doing anything? Sorry.
Yes, I was just going to knock on Vess's door.
There is another knock at your door.
Wolf Venom said, "Oh hey. Want something?"
So, I hear you managed to bludgeon Sealer. Any reason for that?
Wolf Venom said she forgot to duck.
Ephron, at this point, I think will look around to see if there's any drink in the room. Do I need to do a perception check or investigation
have you
or
made-
just...
Wolf, have you made any effort to hide those bottles? Or remove them over the course of the day?
Wolf Venom said he kinda kicked it under the bed, but not a lot of effort.
Perception check.
Ooh, 19 plus 6 for 25.
You can see that there are a few bottles that have been kicked under the bed, but it doesn't look like that was done recently. You think they've probably been there most of the day. There's none which have been set out, there's no glasses.
I think Ephron will point to them and say, "Do you want me to take those away to remove temptation?"
Wolf Venom said, "Up to you. I won't stop you, and I go and sit cross-legged on the bed while my mother is loud behind me."
Do you choose to remove them, Ephron?
I'm guessing the mother is loud behind me is out of character thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Sort of, was Vess watching a video or talking on long distance chat to his mother? But no. Yes, Ephron will go and grab them.
Okay.
Is there some kind of sink and a possible glass in this room as well?
There wouldn't be a sink, because the bathrooms are a separate one. There would be glasses, though. But they're not, like, out at the moment.
Whilst grabbing the bottles, I'll grab a glass and hop down to the kitchen.
Okay. The steward will take those off of you for you.
And could you fill this with water, please?
Would Sir like a jug as well?
That would be helpful, thank you.
He disappears into the kitchen, comes back with both after a moment. You can see he's having a little bit of difficulty with the jug, because it's quite a big one.
I take it from him and head back to Vess's room.
Captain excuses himself to Faris and Plea. Ephron, you hand over the jug?
Make sure you keep hydrated, it'll at least help.
Wolf Venom said, "So how was supper?"
Please seem to kick it off quite well with the engineer. Apart from that, mostly the usual chaos. You know how it is with us.
Wolf Venom said, "Oh. I forgot all about talking to her. Glad Plea had fun."
I'm sure that there'll be another chance on this trip for you to chat with her.
Wolf Venom said, "Yeah, about that. Probably just gonna stay in here for the duration. Safer."
That's fair. I'll make sure I pop in and tell the others to give you a visit. Don't you want you going stir-crazy in here? I'll leave you to it for now, but remember to drink some of that water. And I will head across to my room.
Wolf Venom said, "See ya."
We'll pop back down to check on Plea and Faris.
It's just so you're aware, your sister's picking on you. It's fine. I used to do that to Sonaru when we were younger, but go at your own pace. Though, and she's gonna kind of look between the doors. I think the pool is open.
What?
I recall that you wanted to go down there earlier today. Not sure if you got what you wanted out of it, considering everyone wanted to be at the pool at the same time you were.
Yes. Cool. I'll do that then. See you later.
Would you like company, or do you want alone time?
Company's fine.
You're all stammery. Are you all right?
Just a lot of people saying things at the same time now. What protection?
Wait, do you not know how Sela was picking on you, or am I going to have to give you the talk?
No, going through Plea's head is, what protection is there for two nominally female individuals, one of whom can only have children when they want to?
No. It wasn't meant like that. And also, considering that you're talking with a Drell, you may want to consume an anti-venom if you aren't ready for that yet.
Right.
Which would be part of your protection.
Right.
Cross-species disease is a thing. That's probably what she was referring to.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna be honest, Ferris. I'm having trouble with the whole. I get the impression that as we're guests, that would be kind of awkward. for them, it'd be like coming to someone's place of work and hitting on them. It doesn't feel appropriate. It feels kind of underhanded and slimy.
I understand that might not be something you want to do, but have you met your sister?
I
wouldn't
Well-
put it past her to hit on someone while they are at work and try to get into their pants.
She's never really been one for social mores. I just feel like that could put someone in an awkward position. And that doesn't appeal to me.
That's totally fine. And let's say she meant it in the way that you're going to go look at engines, wear your proper, PPO. PPE. You know what I mean. Personal protection, as in, like, don't burn your retinas out while you're welding stuff, or whatever else have you.
Right. She was cute, though.
Was Plea trying to hide that?
It was quiet.
Do I have to make a perception check on that?
Not really.
Probably
It
not.
wasn't whisper.
What?
No. Oh, sorry. Was that a what in response to what was said, as opposed to?
Well, I heard V and you talk at the same time, so the words got gummed up, and I'm like, what the fuck was said?
We both
I
made the
don't
same
know.
variants of no.
Understood. Ferris is going to catch that, and she's just going to give a small chuckle. I think Drell are cute, too. Can't really blame you.
Just gonna sink under the water.
Ferris just going to watch and snicker a little bit and lean against the edge of the pool.
All right, then. You guys are probably going to have a nice relaxing evening in the pool before heading to bed. Everybody else, I'm guessing, is settling in for the night?
Yeah.
Then, if everybody is okay with it, if anybody has an objection, say so now, we will skip ahead to the next morning. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
No objections. We will skip ahead to the next morning. If you would like to just return to your rooms, Plea and Varys. The next morning, you can wake up whenever you wish, basically. Breakfast will be served from... when was it? 8 p.m. 8 p.m. It'll be started at 800 hours and end at 900 hours, but you can pick up stuff after that point. It's just they won't be cooking stuff fresh after that. You can have stuff before that point, but that's when the official breakfast is.
Before we continue,
Yes.
it might be a good... I am now definitely flagging. It might be a good point to take a break that we finish the day and before we start another day.
Would that be okay with everybody else?
That'll be
I'm okay with that.
Works.
Okay. Then I have a suggestion. We could basically skip the next day and start next week with you guys having breakfast, and then after that you will be arriving at your destination.
I'd be up for that.
Wolf Venom
That-
said fine by me.
That's fine, but I do want to make it clear that Varys is going to be checking on at least once
I'm
over
sorry,
the next day.
It cut off who you were checking on.
Vess.
Yes, right. But we could
Same.
do a quick thing at the start of the next session, basically saying what you guys did during the missing day, any important conversations,
That'll
and
work.
then start with the main mission, which will be you guys arriving at the bank, all being well.
Yeah.
Thank you
Sounds good.
for joining us tonight, folks. We hope you have enjoyed. Sorry, it's been a very short session, but we needed to get some stuff sorted early on, and now people are sort of. So we're going to end off now. I've been joined tonight by Diablo Awesome,
I should go.
Discordian Nest,
Well, bang, okay?
Journey Engine,
Rex.
Tiabu,
Good night.
Vizcanoia,
Tell the chef that they burnt the pepperoni.
and Wolf Venom.
Wolf Venom said goodbye.
We'll see you next week, all being well, and for now, we wish you all a good night.
Good night.
Night night.
Night.
Give me a second, the bloody button's moved.